First time he carried a bat, he was 2. He actually grew up in a baseball field. His older brothers play baseball, so he was always at the field. And he fell in love with the game right away.
We were just doing a regular physical, and at the end of the appointment, he comes up to me and he's like, you know, we saw something different with your EKG, so I just want you to go see a cardiologist just to make sure everything's okay.
Ricky came home and said that what the doctor said, and we're like, you need to see a cardiologist, why?
We ended up coming to the conclusion that I had a hole in my heart.
He basically said it was no big deal, you know, he was born this way, it's no big deal.
I went there on August 5th to do like a pre-surgery kind of thing, you know, so we were ready for the next day. And he's doing some last exams on me, and he's like, I'm looking at your exams and something doesn't make sense.
And that's when they discovered that he had another issue.
The right side of my heart was enlarged, and he was saying, if you just had a small hole there, your heart wouldn't be that enlarged.
What it is you got a few veins, like 4 veins that come from your lung to your heart.
They were connected to the right side of my heart, and they were supposed to be connected to the left side of my heart. And what it was doing is it was pouring too much blood into the right side of my heart, so my right side of my heart was enlarged. The only way to fix that was open heart surgery.
I remember the day when the doctor told us, we left the office, and the 2 of us and Ricky were in the car. It was complete silence.
It was like in the middle of baseball season when we actually found out, and he said, you can finish this year, but we want to do it in the summer because the longer you wait, the less likely it is that we'll be able to fix it. The hardest thing was to come to the field and have to forget about it. You know, it was always in the back of my mind. So I had to come out here and try to not think about it.
I think emotionally it was a very tough year for him, and obviously that reflected on what he did both on the field and I think academically too.
But it's hard not to think about it when someone tells you you're about to have open heart surgery.
We believe in God, and for us, that was priority. So the minute that Ricky decided, let's go with it, I wanted to have this done, the 3 of us talk about it and say, okay, then there's no point to be sad, there's no point to think about the negative. Let's do it, let's put it in God's hands. God is going to take care of that.
I think the toughest part about before the surgery was the night before, just because we had so many people like calling and coming to visit and wishing me good luck.
It's just another challenge. Unfortunately, it's with my 21-year-old kid, but it was just another challenge, really.
The problem was that the surgery that I had, they usually do it to babies because they usually find it really early. So I was in the pediatric ICU.
They had a little issue because he was a man, but yet he was in a pediatric section of the hospital.
And when you're an adult and you have open heart surgery, they usually give you a pump for the pain so you can pump yourself up. And since I was in the pediatric, they didn't have that.
So they couldn't find the combination that would work for him. So he was in constant pain.
It was tough too. My mom, you know, when you see my mom and dad, they were so worried, and it was just a tough time.
And once he got home, it was like everything changed. You know, obviously he couldn't do all the stuff he would like to do, but it was like he was more back to normal.
I just wanted to get back to living my everyday life.
We went to a doctor's visit on August 2nd. It was 2 months after the surgery. And the doctor said, Ricky, I want you to forget that you had the surgery, go back to normal. As we got home, he got in his car and went to the baseball field to take batting practice. And that was the beginning of it. I came to see him during the fall, you know, one game, and I just burst into tears, you know, to see him playing and doing the things he likes. It was incredible. It was just amazing.
But getting back to baseball was great just because I couldn't stop thinking about it when I was in surgery. You know, like when someone takes it away from you, then you realize how lucky you are to have it.
You think of things in life that are important. And you think, oh, without this or without that, life cannot continue. When you're faced with something like this, it changes everything. That, hey, life is not going to end just because I strike out or I have a bad game, you know. And
I remember it's funny because I actually remember laying in the hospital bed, and it was just one of the sleepless nights where I was just in so much pain. And I remember thinking, like, I'll do anything to go 0-for-4 with 4 strikeouts right now. I'll do anything to be on the field right now, doing whatever. It doesn't even matter. So every time I'm having a rough game, I just think back to just remind myself that it could be a lot worse.